Hello, my name is Chase, and today I want to talk about something that's very important, and I feel like it lately has been really brought up in my life and in a lot of people's lives, and I really want to talk about it. I feel like everybody needs to hear this message because it's a topic of outing people who are trans, and it's getting kind of ridiculous because I feel like it's happening a lot more recently, and with technology and people like that. I just feel like I need to talk about this, and I feel like other people need to see this video and need to understand that it's not okay to do that. So basically, the process of outing somebody who is trans, and this is really only directed in the first part of this video, only directed at people who are not trans, so cis people, telling others around them that, a person, let's say me, telling somebody that I'm trans without my consent or my knowledge. Now, that's not okay, and you should absolutely never do that. The only instance that you should do that is if the person, prior to telling somebody else, told you that it's okay to tell other people. But other than that, it's not okay at all. Not even if you hint it, not even if you tell stories from before, not even if you use an old name, a birth name, or anything like that. It's inappropriate. It makes people, who are trans uncomfortable. Like, why would you do that? Why would you invade somebody's privacy by telling somebody else? So I'm going to give you a personal example. I worked at a call center, and I'm really friendly. If people here watch my videos, they know that I'm, like, really nice. I'm funny with everybody. I get along with everybody. I make friends really quickly, and I think sometimes I'm too nice, and people usually think that I'm gay, which whatever, like, I don't care. And somebody at work questioned it once and asked one of my friends at work, and she told her that I was trans. And then the other lady came up to me, and she's like, oh, she told me, so I understand now. What do you understand? That I'm nice because I'm trans? Because I was raised female? What do you know? It's the fact that I had given information to my friend that I'm trans, my work friend, not my really close friend, and she went ahead and told somebody else. And I feel like that's just a really inappropriate thing to do. I don't feel like that's appropriate. I feel like that's invading my privacy and other people's privacies who are trans if you told them, It's my business if I don't want to tell people that I'm trans. I mean, I used to tell everybody before, but then when I started transitioning and I started passing, I've been on T for like 3 years now, and I've had top surgery. I don't really tell anybody anymore unless they really need to know, or unless they add me to Facebook. Then everything's out, and I really don't care. If they want to talk about it, fine. But I'm giving you the information. I'm not giving somebody else the information, so you have absolutely no right to give somebody else information on me, because it's my life. I've had people actually tell me that I'm lying to people by not telling them that I'm trans. I'll give you an example. My partner's parents don't know that I'm trans, and somebody went out there and said that I was lying to them, and that one day they'll find out because I'm gonna do something that's gonna make it obvious, and they're gonna find out some information about me, and they're gonna find out, and when they find out, it's just going to be a whole mess because they know I lied to them. So wouldn't it be better to just tell them now, get it over with, and get it all out instead of them finding out that I was lying to them the whole time? Like, no. I'm literally not lying about anything. I am living my life. I go outside, I go to work, I go to school, I live in an apartment, I live in Montreal. I'm a boy. What the fuck am I lying about? Ooh, that I was raised female and that I transitioned? Big fucking deal. That's just who I am. That's the life that I was given, and I dealt with it. Why do you need to tell me that I'm lying to people when I don't tell them? It has nothing to do with me being seen as normal if I don't tell anybody. Fuck no, I'm trans, I'm normal, I'm as normal as they get. Anybody is normal. Everybody is weird. It's just who we are. Me not wanting to tell people is for personal reasons. Me telling people is for personal reasons. I know people who are stealth who have never told a human soul that they're trans. And then I know other people who have never not told a human soul that they're trans. And big deal. Does it matter? No. But the point is, never out anybody without their consent. It's rude. I'll give you a very recent example that really made me really want to make this video. I have a friend at work who I worked with before, and she's probably watching this video, probably not, hello, and this woman walked behind us, and she's like, that's a man, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? That's a man. It's a woman, obviously. Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, look at her hands. Look, somebody told me that that's, you know, a man. It used to be a man, but now it's a woman. And she knows I'm trans. So I just look at her, like, literally, for like 3 minutes. Like, and I told her, I literally went out and told her, what gives you the right? What gives you the right to say that to other people? To say that to me, especially, I am trans. Why would you, how do you not think that's inappropriate to tell me that, or to tell anybody in the office that? She started saying that other people in the office told her that she was trans, and they all guessed, and they always talk behind her back. Like, how rude is that? If a person wants to live their fucking life, let them live their life. Why do you have to go behind their back and be like, oh my god, I think she used to be a man, or oh, she used to be a man, look at those hands. I think people need to calm down. And then I asked my friend, like, if you saw me down the street, would you say, oh my god, that's a woman? And she was like, absolutely not. And I was like, then why do you say that to her? Why? It's not the same. It's the exact same thing. What are you talking about? And she's like, no, it's not the same thing. It's different. I asked her when she first found out that I was trans if she knew that I was trans before that. And she's like, no, she said she was absolutely shocked. And she didn't say the same thing about this person at work. And I don't understand. I don't understand why it matters. Why do you have to be shocked? Why are you not shocked? Why do you have to even go behind somebody's back and talk like that? It hurts. It hurts me even though you're not talking behind me, because I know that other people have talked behind my back multiple times while I was working at other jobs, while I'm in school, while I speak to other people, even my own friends that I've known for a long time. I know that they, you know, speak behind my back and they talk, you know, what was his birth name before? And ask, like, the people who know. Like, why does it matter? So this video was pretty long and kind of went into multiple directions. I'm sorry about that. Really, I want to know, what is the obsession with cis people wanting to know what trans people's birth name was? What is the obsession? Why do you need to know? One last point. This video wasn't just directed at people who are not trans. This is also directed at people who are trans. Because I have heard of a lot of stories, and it's happened to me personally before, where trans people out other trans people to non-trans people. Just because you're trans, you have absolutely no right to out somebody else who's trans. They could be stealth and not want anybody else to know that they're trans. You know, if they've told you, yeah, it's fine if you tell other people that I'm trans, you know, we're bros or whatever, then it's fine. But, you know, it's not right. Even if you're trans, you should never out anybody. You shouldn't do it. That's it. Whatever, you get my point. Please do not out anybody. I just want people to understand that this is not right. Okay, if you want me to talk about this in more detail, I will. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'm going to be making my 2-month post-op video in a couple of days. Alright, have a great week.